Hey! Am I being heard loud and clear? Yes. Here we are. So, first and foremost, I just wanted to get rid of this. And I'm going to get rid of that. You know, I should really get rid of these overlays when I don't need to use them. But in any case, hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin. You're listening and watching episode 271 of DangIT Prodcast. I might actually put a little bit more emphasis on episodes just for listening to stuff. But Ibrahim must have not noticed. He's actually watching right now and he's like, whoa, what happened? And so here's the thing. So I spent the next couple months previous couple months homeless, and I'm just kidding. I just let this grow out. He's probably like referencing like my facial hair that's going up. T.Y. Taylor says, yo, what's up? So this is like a little over a month in. Mark says that I convinced him to grow his hair or his beard. And then Gabe proceeded to convince me to grow it a little bit longer because I was planning on getting it shaved. Because honestly, what I didn't realize is it's not a lot, but there is maintenance to be done if you grow out your beard. Same as like how your hair is, you know, like at a certain point, like when you want to style it, for example, like I got like the hard part and then it's like combed over to the right side and you have to maintain that like every single day. With the beard, it's kind of like every week for me. Poor Gabe can't grow his facial hair. I know, Mark, it sucks. But so Mark, Mark actually didn't convince me to grow my beard out. It was one of my coworkers who said that he actually liked like my facial hair, and this was like at the end of like the first week. So I was like, oh, do people actually like my facial hair? It's like, oh, okay. And so I just kind of like let it grow out, and like the second week was in, and it was like, okay, I'm used to it. And now we're about a month in, and so far I've had to trim it twice, shave just a little bit on the side so it doesn't get unruly to the cheeks without more of it actually gathering up, and I had to trim a bit of the mustache because it actually was reaching the lip level, and I was like, oh, this is weird. But Abraham says like my beard is fully grown, almost fully grown, so that's very impressive. Justin got that fresh face. I said that too much. I said that too though, but Mark didn't say that. Mark, you weren't the first. Well, you did say it first, but I totally ignored it, and then my coworker said it, and I was like, okay, and then you reinforced it. So technically speaking, you didn't start it. You're like the hype man. I sold that to Steven. Like, yeah, but like you're the hype man. And so did Corinne. Yeah, well, you got. I listen to you guys, but I don't always have to follow through to that. And you know what? When it comes to the change that's going on with DangIT Productions, I felt like, I mean, this is kind of an excuse, but there's also just a new change. Might as well try something new. Speaking of which, I finally went out shopping for clothes. Oh, well, I mean, I kind of do that regularly, but for myself this time, and it's a lot of casual clothes from Kohl's over here, and it's not going to be like some kind of clothing haul or anything like that. It's just jeans, some t-shirts, and a pair of joggers. That's all. That's all. Kohl's had just a really good deal going on, which reminds me, I need to check and verify like all the things I had. You know, we ever come up with like a weird like scenario, or it's not weird, it's just awkward when a cashier like talks to you and they say something and you have no idea what they're talking about, and you're like, wait, I'm sorry, what was that? Like, or what do you mean by like this and that? Yeah, so I mean, like I am part of like I think their reward program, but like the way he said it just kind of threw me off. So word of advice, just review everything. And honestly, this weekend so far has been a lot of like moral learning of just having to prepare for a lot of things. What I want to reel this into is actually really kind of cool. And this only goes to people who haven't like followed me on Instagram and whatnot, where I actually like kind of like talked about it a little bit, but that was like earlier this morning. But I went to Disneyland with Steven. Oh boy, nothing like weird came out of it, I'll tell you that, as far as like Steven's stories. So I couldn't tell you. Well, actually, nah, there's some pretty wild things that were going on, but it's pretty normal for our standard. But hey, we went to Disneyland. It was a lot of fun. I had to grit my teeth and bear with like some of the drop rides, the ones I usually try to avoid. Well, actually, I don't usually like actively avoid, but the ones I would rather not deal with are the ones for whatchamacallits, the drops for like Splash Mountain, and what was the Tower of Terror, which is now the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. And let me tell you, actually, first and foremost, Space Mountain is still the best in my opinion. Well, not the best, but it's still like a lot of fun for me, particularly. But I'll say that, you know what, Guardians of the Galaxy has now moved itself up there to like probably like my second favorite ride, and that's super weird, isn't it? Because I probably told you guys before, I don't like heights, and that comes with the territory of not liking drop rides. So let me see if I can bring up like a quick photo for those who actually didn't see it. Here, I'm gonna go on to Facebook for a bit, or not Facebook, Instagram. Let's see. Here. This is us. This is Space Mountain. You can see Steven. He's like right in front of me, and I'm in the back holding the GoPro as I'm like clutching for my life on Splash Mountain with one hand on the bars. Yo, the bars saved me, because that's something that kind of like keeps me just okay. Otherwise, it's like, otherwise I feel like I'm gonna die. And this is us like at the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know if you can see, but like we're in the for you guys it would be the far left. I'm giving the thumbs up. Steven's flipping off the camera. And that's like photos seconds before like absolute terror in my eyes just passed through me again. But man, dude. Also, funnel cake is there. And it's from, what was it, Stage Door Cafe. Steve and I went there kind of frequently as we were walking around. By the way, a lot of walking. It's just like Comic-Con, except you're actually moving. It's actually not as crowded. I actually appreciate that. But then again, it was just Friday. It's a working day, you could say. Bro, I don't like heights, says Mark, but the adrenaline gets you feel real good. Yeah, that's how it is. I've never been on a roller coaster. Really, Ibrahim? Well, you know what? I was actually pretty afraid of like a roller coaster myself, but the way you want to see it, and especially like when I was going on the Guardians ride, was that you will get that fear because like it's sudden movements, but like once it kind of like slows down, or at least like your momentum matches like the very mechanism that's moving, it just becomes like an easier flow to things. So when you fall, it's scary like at the very beginning, but then like after a little bit of dropping, it becomes normal, and then it all just becomes like all kinetic energy, conservation. Are you allowed to flip off the camera? Well, that didn't stop Steven. Never stopped Steven. But I did want to go on one of the roller coaster rides in Disneyland, California. Unfortunately, we didn't have time for it. Also, oh man, we had like fast passes, and we were really trying to get through other rides, but I guess we were just unfamiliar with it, so we always we never actually like got on a fast pass line. Which is totally recommended, by the way, especially when it comes to the Tower of Terror / Guardians of the Galaxy ride. And I'll say also, the reason why I like Guardians ride as like a second favorite, even though it's a drop ride, is because of how it was in comparison to Tower of Terror, where it's actually a lot more fun because it's Guardians and it's a lot more comedic. Sorry for the big but how do I phrase this? When you actually get started with that, they'll actually get you seated, and once you're all strapped in, everyone checks that you're good. They close the elevator door, and then you get pushed all the way back so you can be part of the ride. And it shows the silhouette of Rocket like plugging in something to get the elevator going. And then as that's happening, you hear like the very cheerful, like goofy comedy ensues type of music, and you just ride up and down to that as like our favorite characters just kind of go in and just beat the hell out of like whatever. And I think it's based on one of the scenes in the movie too, but it's also really fun. The briefing room is also a lot of fun too. It's not the same as walk to the edge, so you don't well, whatchamacallits, so you're not in the way of the mat, which will project something or something like that. It's more over, we're all just there for a briefing, and then Rocket goes in and says, hey guys, I need you guys to like raise your hands, scan, so we can get access to the generator, which I'm gonna blow the hell up. He doesn't really say that as like that, but still. Mark is still laughing at my face in that picture. Oh yeah, Splash Mountain still is the scariest thing. And to this day, I still don't know exactly what I look at when I go straight down, because I look at it halfway and just like, ugh. Because it's so much dropping. And it's not like, oh, you're strapped into a seatbelt and you'll go up and down. You're going at an angle, but an uncomfortable angle, 50-foot drop, and there are handlebars, but I have a GoPro in hand. So rest in peace, my right side. But I've been on a couple like 5 or 6 years ago, says Ibrahim, as far as roller coasters and water slides. Water slides are a lot of fun, although I'm not the biggest fan of Splash Mountain. I could still do it like every single time. It's just like it's never fun in the moment. Look up the Griffin, Justin, says Mark. I wrote that in. Bruh, he's not giving me a lot of information, so I have to look up Griffin Ride. So that is something in is that in Virginia? Okay, well, in any case, I'm just kind of looking at it real quick, like, and oh boy, yeah. That's a cool like water ride too. And it's those ones that are definitely where you're strapped in, and yo, I would love the hell out of that. Actually, you know what? My first initial fear was roller coasters. It's definitely it's at Busch Gardens. Oh wow, okay. Is the loop-de-loop. Like the idea of me like being upside down for just a brief moment like actually got me really scared about it. But the thing is that you are going with the roller coaster, and you have to think of it exactly how Sonic Coaster loop-de-loops is, that all the momentum like carries you forward. You will never feel like you're falling for those ones. What's really scary are the ones where you go backwards. Well, actually, not even backwards. You know what I haven't done is, I think it's the Superman one in Knots or something like that, where you're shot up and go all the way up and then you fall back down. That's weird. That's gotta be weird. But otherwise, I can do like loop-de-loops and the ones that kind of like spin you like and rotate you all the way around. Those ones are fine. Like those are kind of crazy, but they're also a lot of fun. What I'm getting at is that a lot of these are fun, and you shouldn't like really. That's something where I would advise that you kind of face your fears for that. Otherwise, those types of things will be like, okay, you could just avoid it. But no, you kind of have to enjoy yourself a little bit. And granted, though, you're gonna have the one. Oh my God, let me just jump into like another tangent for Splash Mountain. Was a poor little girl being carried away on the fast pass lane, saying, "No, I don't want to go," and then. And then the woman next to us like talks to her kid, and she's like, "Are you sure you really want to go?" That girl over there didn't want to do it. And what's funny is that the lady who's picking up the little girl was like, "Stop it! You're scaring all the other kids." And it is a scary feeling because you feel like you're gonna die. But as long as there's handlebars, dude, I had death grips on all rides I was on. Like all rides, and I'm not even talking about like what's happening afterwards. I'm just talking about, and I will talk about Star Wars in a little bit, but yeah, this is coming from someone who hasn't been to Disneyland for like over a decade, and so much has been changed, and it's still the same, or at least the feeling is still the same. And thankfully, because I'm so used to walking around thanks to Comic-Con, this wasn't too bad, actually. Granted, though, the parks are pretty spacious. And the only issue is that without Fast Pass, you can only go on a certain number of rides before like your day is over. Not to mention you have to think about prepping for like lunch and everything like that. But yeah, there was a sorry, Mark was saying that you'll absolutely feel like you're gonna die. And yes, I have Abraham talking about ones where, have you ever been on one of those rides where you're in a sphere and then it spins you all around? I actually don't think I have done that, but that'd be wild and I'd be totally okay with that. But let me just talk about like Star Wars for a little bit. That is wild. Star Wars is like a crazy setup for like a I guess a little small theme park within the large theme park, where it is really dedicated to all these like souvenirs and the decorations. Let me tell you that Disneyland is on point when it comes to like their devotion to the details of everything, because you'll be like, and you have the chance to like observe everything because of these fucking long lines, to look at all the props and sets that they have laying around, as well as the material they use to build the entire set. It looks legit. I saw the Millennium Falcon, and I can only assume that's like how it looks like life size. When you go inside, like I think it's called the Smuggler's Run, the Millennium Falcon ride. You'll go in, and they pretty much made it life size, and that was so surreal. You're walking in there, you feel like I'm in the movie. I'm in the movie. And I should talk about a little bit more about the ride, because Steven would talk my head off about like how badly I performed here. But so the Smuggler's ride, or Smuggler's Bay ride, whatever. It consists of 6 people commandeering the I guess the main control line of the Millennium Falcon. You got 2 pilots, 2 gunners, 2 engineers. Pilots go left to right, divided up by 2 people. Gunners in the back, and engineers to fix every single mistake that the other 4 do. And Steve and I, we actually became pilots. I was the one who goes up, down, he goes left and right. And needless to say is that as my first time doing it, I was terrible. And Steven would not shut up about me being so terrible at it. I was only better, slightly better than the last person he was with, who he complained at full lengths about messing up going left and right. Me, it's going up and down as far as because you pretty much have like this an AR experience of going through the whole mission and going up and down like an on rails type of shooting game. And there were moments, and I before like Steven like gets to chime in anything, I just want to give you guys like my input. I felt like my inputs were a little bit like at times like delayed. Like I'll go down and it doesn't feel like I'm going down, go up, it doesn't feel like it's going up. And then there's times where like it drifts up and down. And it's just like I end up doing like because like I can't get it straight. I wanted to keep it straight, but then I have to like move it up and down to like avoid fire and everything like that. And that goes to Steven too. Like he missed a couple things too, and he's like yelling at me like, "Why did you not dodge this?" And like, I'm trying, Steven. But in any case, it was still fun. We had a score count at the very end, and it's funny because one of the guys who's like at the intercoms, he was like, "All right, I made an executive decision. Everyone get out. Everyone get out." In any case, Abraham's saying that, by the way, how was the food? It was expensive, and I'm a huge fan of seafood. I like to eat shrimp, lobster, crab, and it's been years since I've actually had some good seafood dish. I'll tell you right now, I haven't had any seafood over there at Disneyland. We kind of focused on, whatchamacallit, the Cafe Door, or was it? No, Stage Door Cafe. It's located in, whatchamacallit? It's next to Critter Country, which is where Splash Mountain is, but east of that. But like west of the epicenter. So it's a little bit to the west. And you overlook the pirate show that's located there. It's still there, by the way. It's crazy. By the way, props to the employees at night for guiding everyone when people are watching the shows. Dude, like Disney's got like on point, like everything. Like they have a parade at the very end, and they have a whole bunch of different events going on, and they're just able to just control people, and it's like wild. But yeah, we only had like very simple things like French fries and like chicken tenders. I had a funnel cake. Stage Door Cafe funnel cake is it's diabetes but on a plate. But it's pretty good. And I'm trying to remember. I think funnel cake was like $7, and the chicken tenders with fries was $10. It's a bit pricey, I'll say that. But those are like, I think it's slightly cheaper with on stage food vendors versus outside vendors who are the ones who will be like riding in their carts and they have like soda and stuff like that, and they just kind of move around. Dude, I saw Steven get a churro, get us both water bottles and 2 like Coca-Colas, and I looked at like how much the water was. It was $4.50 for like a regular like 12 fluid ounce like Dasani, and I was like, yo, that's whoa. It's wild. It gets expensive with food vendors. You have to just be careful. Otherwise, I was thinking that I should eat like further out. And you know what? If I had to give some advice for people for things I didn't do, it is to definitely bring your own water. Just bring your own water. Bring like some type of canteen like this that can hold like cold water for a good while, and done. You're good with water. Dude, we had this guy like waiting in front of us in Space Mountain. He had like packs of water. Steven chucked the hell out of that thing. He was like, and like within like probably like 12 seconds, he was done. And pace yourself, exactly. Not like what Steven did, but Steven was dehydrated. I was kind of dehydrated too. Also, that's very important. Be hydrated. Otherwise, it will affect your entire mood, and you'll be a very, you'll be a little moody, kind of like how Steven was at the end of the day. It's sad for Steven though. I have to feel bad for him because he was doing a lot of things that he ended up regretting to do, and it's not like bad decisions. It's just like natural things that just happen because it's in the spur of the moment, and you kind of feel like you need to do it. So, for example, we got fast passes, but we didn't know exactly how to use them. We figured that I wouldn't need to redeem it. Steven was saying like, nah, let's not actually redeem the fast passes, and let's go walk over there and just see how it is. And then we were always told that, oh, we're not having fast passes because at the end of the day, or like, yeah, this one never has fast passes, like the Smuggler Bay run thing. So it always, for him, it just kind of like knocked him down as far as negativity, as far as things that he's done. And that's not even like the worst of it. After the Guardians ride, there is this, it's not a life-size model, but it's a pretty big model of the Infinity Gauntlet that's found at the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. Steven bought that thing. It's $100, by the way. It's huge. This thing is huge. And Steven was thinking like, well, I was telling Steven that, hey, we probably don't want to like take that anywhere as far as like rides, because you might lose grip of that because this thing is huge. He's like, shit, you're right. Let me go like, let me look at some of the lockers. Like there's someone like located like outside the theme parks when you walk in to buy your tickets. And so he goes in to buy like a $10 rental for a large locker that can't even fit this Infinity Gauntlet box. And he was like, damn it, like I wasted that. And I was like, it's okay, Steven, like this is just a learning experience, so measure that box from here on so you know like next time what to do when you have like such luggage. Something like that box probably won't fit. And then fast forward later on, we go to Space Mountain as our last ride to go to, and we get into the seats. There's room to put your baggage, so I was able to put like my little small bag in there. But for Steven, he tried shoving the box down like between his like legs because of the handlebar, and it was like a tight squeeze, and he ended up like punching like the very top and pretty much just kind of mushing it, and it still didn't work. So he had to like lift it back up, put the handlebar down, and like sit it right there and just hold on to it while I'm also assisting like with my left arm. And Mark saying he's gonna beat his dick with that later. I was making a joke about that too, where he's like, I said that same thing too below. It's like, I am inevitable. But poor Steven, like, not only did he beat the shit out of like his Infinity Gauntlet box, but he also like spent $10 for a locker that doesn't even fit his thing, and his gauntlet, and a $15 fast pass ticket for the day that we couldn't even use. So he like wasted $35. It's like, damn it, dude, it sucks. But I have to keep reinforcing to him that it's all part of the learning experience. And I'll tell you what, one big learning experience that I got from Comic-Con bringing into Disneyland, sunscreen. Dude, bring sunscreen. I don't care how I'm gonna smell like sunscreen. You put that stuff on your neck, and let me tell you, like, you're gonna feel disgusting anyway during the summer when you're walking around. You need to get sunscreen because you don't want to burn around the neck or anywhere else. And I'm so glad I decided to do that. Okay. In any case, Ibrahim was talking a little bit about his life here at the doctor's office the other day. Said my potassium was high as well as my calcium. It's good, Gabe, unless it's too high. Yeah, so at Comic-Con, like when you're walking out and you're not inside, yeah, you can burn yourself a lot. So that was a big learning experience for me. So I emphasize, bring sunscreen, SPF 30 or above. Good. Get your arms, get your neck. If you're wearing pants, you're good. If you're wearing shorts, lather those. And then I was also thinking, like, when you cut your hair down to where like the skin's noticeable, do you have to sunscreen that too? And the answer is probably yes. You probably just want to like pat it down, which is what I ended up doing. But also get your ears, get your forehead, and just everything. So. And also bring snacks. But also don't stuff your backpack because that really just sucks at the end of the day. I'm just glad I didn't bring like any kind of souvenirs. I will tell you though that usually only if you're bald, says Mark, as far as like sunscreen applications. So okay. It's just because like the skin's actually exposed, and you can see it like the skin's white as hell over there because it gets very little sun exposure. But yeah, so definitely bring a bag, but nothing that would hinder you from moving around or make you sweat more, because you will sweat. And I was gonna talk about Star Wars as far as first of all, the entire like park looks really cool. They still have a couple things that they haven't opened up, like we were walking up and it was at night. We were talking to this one guy and he was pretty much guarding the entrance to this one place called, I think it was Rise of the Rebellion. And it was kind of like a tour and stuff like that. But that's coming out in January. And Steven has the annual pass. So we'll probably go with him at some point. I will say though, let me tell you this, because Steven would also emphasize this. Got someone who has an annual pass. He has Disneyland signature or whatever. And if you book it with him, your cost for both parks is just $99. And it's like, well, first of all, that's expensive still, yes. But for both parks, like, we're here thinking like, oh, we're gonna end up having Justin spend $200. And I'm like, that's fine, let's just hang out. $99 is like, okay, that's not bad. But going back to Star Wars, they got the very special lightsabers, and I'm not talking about like the plastic ones you'll find at Walmart or anything. Like, no, these are legit. Like, you remember like the apprentice for Count Dooku, the one that has like the curved like hilt. I actually was able to like hold on to that hilt. That thing is heavy. That thing is something you whack the shit out of someone and then get knocked out. It's a bludgeon weapon, and those things are okay. So what Steven told me was that these hilts, and what I saw like as far as like the price tag and everything, and does slightly vary, but at the most you might see these hilts for $135. And then that's just the hilt. The light bulb that would be like fixed to the actual like end of the lightsaber is like $50. It's Ventress, thank you. So and I almost think like that's worth it because those things are legit. Because those things are cool. Those things are super cool. Like, and what's cool is that they also have like the Sith robe, so you can play as like Sith Kermit and be like, you do want to spend the $150 or something like that. And I was looking at this like $120 something or something. That's like I just already paid for the park. Like parks. Yeah, they're made of real metal and they're durable as hell with the blades and the LED lights. Those things are legit and they're super cool. And what's really cool is that they do make the sound effects and they also have like kind of the vibration sound effect as you waver it back and forth, and that's awesome. That's awesome. But I think I'd end up getting Luke's, aka whatchamacallit, Rey's lightsaber. That's just a classic, and I would definitely get it in green because I was wearing those Spider-Man shoes. Hey. But then again, it's kind of weird because those Spider-Man shoes are like black and green, and black is nowhere near the spectrum of Jedis. So walking around with black shoes, but green highlights to it. As cool as it is, it also confused the hell out of, I'm pretty sure, the Jedi Academy as well as the Council. Anakin Saber? I guess it was Anakin Saber too. Yeah. Like the OG one, the one that's just a flashlight. The one whose design is based off of a flashlight. Ventress's hilt is also really cool. I like the idea too. Although it makes no sense at how you hold it. It's just cool. That's all I can say. Oh, and not Vader's one, but there was a black hilt that was super cool. But I think it's also I think that might be whatchamacallit, not Rey's, but the antagonist. I already forgot his name. He's so forgettable. I'm just kidding. Although I'm not a fan of like the side hilt like beams, but like the hilt itself is really cool. In any case, yeah. So one of these days, Steve and I are gonna have to end up going there and buying our lightsabers and also getting those Sith robes and just be Siths. It's like. And I'm gonna talk like Starkiller in Force Unleashed 2, or when he talks to people, he talks like a maniac. Like he'll be talking to people like, what's up? Let's just go on. Like, I need to go over there. And then like whenever like he manipulates someone, he's like, you will jump off this cliff. And Stormtrooper's like, oh, okay. It's like, Jesus, dude. Like, Starkiller, calm down. Yeah, they say that the curved hilt is more effective for killing. Maybe because it's just like and then it's like you're already like halfway there. But oh man, those lightsabers are super cool. They're expensive. Also, another thing you can do over at Star Wars is that you can make your own drone or droid specifically. You can they have like all the parts specific for it. And I also want to bring up that R2-D2 is available in his own model, but he's $100, so you better cop that up. And we're not even talking about like life size. We're talking about like this size. It's not even worth it. I'm telling you right now. It's just like, it's not worth it unless you have like the life size, dude. Yeah, Kylo Saber in different colors. You can do that. It's just that Steve and I are too dumb, and we never really found out like how you get the custom made like LED like glass bulb ones. We never figured that out. But yeah, the crossguard saber is, when you call it like that, it's super cool. But otherwise it's kind of whack. In any case, wow, I never expected for me to talk about Disneyland for 30 minutes. But the lightsaber is just cool as hell. It definitely beats out like ever buying like a Harry Potter wand, which is like literally just buying just a well decorated piece of wood. Which then again, it's kind of the case for most other scenarios. So I guess I can't really, yeah. It's actually super useful when you think about it. As far as like fighting other people, yeah, for sure. You just like, and then you're like, and like, stop. But let me kind of jump over to the next topic, which I don't actually have one per se, but I also just want to do a shout out real quick to whatchamacallit, this Labrador / pit bull mix that I met today at the shelter. Super nice, super sweet. We'll like rub against like the gate or the cage so it can get pets. Downside though, it is it's attention seeking. So it barks and it'll jump against the cage, something that you actually don't want like for your dog. And well, I was actually trying to teach it like impromptu was to not do that as a way to get the reward of getting pets. I also did a meet and greet with this dog. Super sweet. You'll probably see it in the DangIT vlogs. It's just super high energy. And honestly, if you feel like a dog is not willing to listen to you, for example, if it doesn't, especially if it's a high play chase drive, it may not do so well against like trying to get back on leash. And that's stuff you just have to learn to do that in the house so you can recall him or her better. But all you gotta do is just, especially if you have trouble walking it, just get it tired out. Like they don't, and that's something that I don't think that we really like understand, is that dogs really do get tired. They have like insurmountable like amount of energy, and they'll be willing to use that. Whereas we'll just be like, I don't feel like running, so we'll just like end up walking. They're kind of like that, but they don't get lazy about it. Like if they want it, they want it, but they won't like play around with like the toy as much as they would. So all you gotta do is just tire out, and then they're pretty good on walks too. So something I learned, and it's something the hope to pass down to people, is that all dogs are good. They just need to just have their energy taken out. A lot of puppies actually coming in at the animal shelter this time around. I am happy though. Good news about I think I've already talked about it before, but my that Queensland healer or blue healer mix that I had met actually got rescued. Not adopted, but rescued. So it's in better hands now. So it won't be put down. So I'm happy about that. So progress everywhere. It's great. Dogs truly are man's best friend. They're so affectionate and they're so cute. There was, damn it, I really wish I could do this one. There was a pit bull, super cute. It was like, and like it had the wiggly butt factor to it, but she was super shy, and was very skittish. Would not really approach you too well. Would jerk the moment like it saw sudden movement. And I wanted to do a meet and greet, but they told me that she was on medication. So I was like, okay, that's fine. What about that Rottweiler that's been here for about a month? That one's on meds too. I was like, man, dude, because that's a nice one over there. But I'm happy that there's progress. The only problem, though, is that they have like an entire section of dogs that you don't get to see because you're not authorized personnel. So you don't get to see a lot of them until, well, fully afterwards. So, yeah. Mark is talking about his lineage as well. The jerking might be a sign of abuse. Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure what it said as far as like the reason why it's in there. I'm not sure if it's confiscated. I don't think it was confiscated. No, it wasn't confiscated. It felt like it was a stray, so it just has trust issues, I would say. So I don't know. It has the makings to be a sweet dog. Actually, all of them, they do, really. I do pass it by, and it's been 2 weeks since I've seen them. This pair of dogs, they're pretty sizable pit bull mixes. Like, I would say, hold on. So, 5'10", right? 5'11" on a good day, but they're like this tall. These dogs, so they're like about. What was it? Was that 3.5 or so? They're pretty tall, and they bark a lot, and they do end up deterring people, even though they probably are not like that. I just know that the owners weren't so great, but they're just nice. So if I had to give advice to anyone who's going to the shelter, be careful about putting your hands there. But if you understand dog language as far as their body language, or if they show signs that they will bark at you and they don't really like you that much, maybe just keep your distance, but also be willing to take them out, because you don't really know exactly what their behavior is until after the fact or outside the cage. I know that there's one that I did do a meet and greet with before. She's still there. She's a stray, and she kind of is crazy and almost seems, well, she seems to be like cage protective too. So, but once she's out of there, she's totally fine. She's totally chill. Let's see. There's a service that will put your family crest in a sword and shield, and I was like, yo. So, that's kind of crazy. For a second, I thought you were talking about Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's like, oh shit, that's something I still need to watch, because all this stuff is happening with work, and I'm actually doing. Oh yeah, by the way, I'll just kind of give a quick update. But work has been pretty good. Just doing my visits as usual, and doing reports. That's the big important thing. Visits, reports, and everything else comes somewhat later, depending on what it is. But yeah, Mark is talking about a dog encounter he has. Been near a abused dog, he says before. Sat and he started to get a little closer. Gave him a gentle pet, kept his back turned, and started to inch a little closer and closer, and he was in front of me. Poor boy. And the thing is that like those types of dogs, especially when you see like their tail wagging like crazy, because they're super curious, but they're also super weary. And you just have to be super patient with those dogs, because it takes a lot. It's like training a person, really, to think a different way, to behave differently when they've been raised up to do this. It's so tough, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you in the chat would be able to understand or relate to the idea of having someone who has been raised a certain way, and you want to try them to think differently for the sake of either accepting some aspect of a different life, or to be respectful, or to avoid trouble, and they just don't do it because, one, you're not the boss of them, and two, that's how they're raised. They'll do it kind of out of habit anyway. And with with both dogs and people, you kind of have to approach in a way where I guess you can even say that they need to be rewarded, or at least given the idea that you're rewarded higher for doing something versus something else. Like, for example, like a dog barking like behind the cage, and you don't want it to bark anymore. You have to just not give it attention, because that's what it wants you to do, is give it attention. Ignore it, come back to it when it's calm to praise it. So when you're praised, you get more rewards. Treats, pets, you get that. So it really is just training someone to be like that. Mark was continuing on with the story. He's my friend's dog. He hates this one, and he hates this one. Friend of ours who is a dark brown color, so I think he's an abuser. Just happened to be the same color. Okay. But yeah. Again, apologies for getting to another dark part with dogs. It's just, I guess there's no really good thing. Well, you see the personalities, and those are sweet, but as far as their living situation in a shelter, especially one that has pretty much no choice but to put down these animals because they need more space, and people not really adopting, it's tough situations for them. Especially like when you see pups go in there, and they're super sweet. They just want to like lick you, and they just want to just go and have an adventure. But yeah. Anything else? Any updates? Oh, I'm still working on July, the July vlog. I know we're at the halfway point, and usually by the end of the first week I should get these things done. But things started to pop up for the weekend now, and nowadays I find myself just not really into editing videos as much. And I talked about it before, and that's something that still hasn't quite changed. Like, for example, like when I do this, I want to kind of go and eat because I haven't had lunch yet. And then I'll actually spend some time like checking out my clothes and just make sure they'll get washed, and then let's play Fire Emblem. But yeah, Mark just want to follow up too. It's crazy how dogs can see color too. This poor baby kept inching to me until he was like almost like in my lap, and he was a pit bull. Pit bulls are super sweet. Can't emphasize that enough. They are really sweet, and they are super trainable. Also, another thing, if dogs bark at other dogs when they pass by, that's a totally normal thing. Just train it. Train to the point where you don't get to interact with that dog unless you're calm. And if it's something where you just don't want to lunge or bark at one, even from a distance, take it the other direction. Take it the other direction and then redirect it. Try it again. Redirect it again if you need to. And they pick up easily. Just really got to be respectful of boundaries and show nothing but love if a dog has been abused. Right. So, and sometimes we don't even understand that as like people, because like we see the dog like, oh, let's pet the dog, but you don't even know like if it even wants that or not. So I know that like my cousin's dog was the same way too, with these little kids that just want nothing but to play with this three-legged dog that like my family, or at least not my family, my cousin's family, or sorry, nephew's family. He was the one at Comic-Con. And you'll find him out later. Yeah, that's a poor dog that is very fearful and doesn't want to really have anything to do with other people, and it sucks. You gotta read the body language, but even you have to teach kids to do that too. Yo, there was a video on Twitter, and it was just disgusting to look at. It was a toddler, right? And like, well, not a toddler per se. I think it was no, maybe it was just like 1 year old or something like that. It was just like a baby or something like that, just sitting down, and there was a cat like laying down next to it, and this baby just grabs it and just kind of does whatever it wants, like with this cat, and no one's doing anything with it. It's like, yo, that's wild. And the cat's not even making any fuss. The cat's not even making a fuss about it, and you kind of wonders like, that's tough. Like, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, it sucks. Very, very much so. What was I saying? So yeah, working on July vlogs. Reacting it is still tough for me to kind of get through, but I'll still get through it at some point. I should really. It sucks because I really like to go out and like hanging out with friends and everything like that. But I gotta edit some videos. Yeah. Mark's also following up. My friend Deshaun posted a picture of a funny face. With a funny face drenched in sweat, saying he just outrun a pit bull. And you know what? That's impressive. These dogs, even the small ones, and you've seen Gabe try to outrun like Tootsie and Toast. Impossible. It's fun. It's just fun to like play with these dogs because they do have such a strong play drive. Anyway, last couple minutes or 10 minutes, just kind of give you guys updates. DangIT plays, whatchamacallits. We're still working on that. Actually, you know what? I have an idea for DangIT plays, and it's based off of what I did like last weekend on stream on Twitch. It was a lot of fun, and since that I was being mortifyingly traumatized by a level that I couldn't get through until like an hour later. It was terrible, but it also goes for a lot of fun content. So I'll try to see if I can do that. Make that part of the thing. And I guess I should also like work on Gears of War as well. Maybe see if I can get some people involved with that. Yeah, cause yeah. Like I know I'm not an official member, but homie, if you need someone, I got you, and I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone who sits down, talks, and participates in both the chats or when we were doing the Smash Bros thing. Which, by the way, I still want us to do. every January at some point. But yeah, just we'll work on things. I'm not sure how I want to do Gears though, and I think at this point I'm totally fine with you, Mark, with joining me on that one if needed. I just don't know how I'm gonna do recording sessions like that, but we will see. Um, and again, DangIT Vlogs is still being worked on, and I will work on that. Comic-Con is just like the biggest bulk of it, but it's also my favorite thing too. It just sucks, dude. Oh yeah, by the way, for Disneyland, siphoned through like 2 battery packs and like probably like a good 50% of my phone battery too, because I ended up recording there too. That sucks about the GoPro. I wish it had more battery life. But you end up just having to buy more battery packs, I swear. But anything else regarding reacting it? There's a new death battle. It's between Lobo and whatchamacallits. Not Skull Rider. It's like, no, it's whatchamacallits. Like, oh, this is okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna actually look it up myself because I feel like such a dum-dum for not doing it, especially since it's right there. Ghost Rider, not Skull Rider. Ghost Rider versus Lobo, and I'm really interested in that. Suddenly watch Aang versus Edward. Thank you, Master Hand, for bringing up Ghost Rider. Aang and Ed is actually a really entertaining fight as far as like the analytics going behind it. It definitely got me really interested in Full Metal Alchemist. But that's definitely one I would need to really sit down and watch, preferably with popcorn. But nevertheless, it's gonna take some commitment for it. But aside from that, I still need to post the episodes for Fire Force and Dr. Stone. I was gonna say Firestone, and it's like, oh wait, isn't that a tire company somewhere? But I'll work on those two and Death Battle at some point. Damn, I just need to get some motivation and time to do that. It just sucks, yeah. Mark is saying, I enjoy the vlogs, reaction, and discussions, and gameplays. I appreciate that. I appreciate someone saying that, because when you don't make a lot of when you're not doing, or at least gaining a lot of momentum with stuff. Oh, also, discussion dang it. My Hero. I gotta work on that too. That's another thing I gotta work on. Oh boy. Dr. Stone is straight fire. It is so good. Dr. Stone is so good. It's just, Dr. Stone is like so great because the characters and the possibilities, considering it's kind of like a somewhat post-apocalyptic, well, it is a post-apocalyptic land, but it's not an isekai type of genre, which is great. Thank you. On the other hand, I love Shield Hero, and they're coming out with this, I guess it's, say what you will, it's like some kind of like lolly, like isekai anime where our main character, I guess, doesn't want to get hurt, and she spends all of her points in defense. So it's like, it's Shield Hero, so like, okay, I'll buy for that one. Manga Street Fire for Dr. Stone as well right now, and the show is doing so much justice. Meanwhile, Fire Force is kind of, it's doing its thing, and I can appreciate that. Obviously, the best part of Dr. Stone is the science. I just love how dedicated the characters are with each other. Like, Taiju and Senku are like best pair. Like, fight me. Like, you see her over there, and you're like, get out of here. Nah, I'm just kidding without that. But Fire Force, I still need to watch. I've read up to the hundreds in the manga. Wow, it's that far in. So that's something I'll definitely do watch for sure. We got someone ringing at the doorbell. Give me a second, guys. That actually might be someone we know. Okay, I was right. It was someone that we knew. Give me a second. I'll go ahead and set up the mic. Are we good on this mic? Yeah, we're good on this mic. There we go. All right, go ahead. Give it a second. Well, why are you not doing anything? Okay, fine, whatever. All right.
Don't get me.
Okay.
And I'm good.
Hey.
And
Could you?
It's been a while.
It's been.
At least 55 minutes.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Well, for everyone watching, it would be about a month,
Something like it.
something like that. So, Gabe and I have actually been hanging out for a little bit this past week. But otherwise, how have you been?
Well, you know, existing.
Okay. Well, that's good. Good to verify because I couldn't tell if like the past couple months you've been alive, except for like the past week.
Yeah, it happens.
So what have you been up to, if you don't mind sharing?
Clearly stealing your viewer count. We're down to 4.
Oh, okay.
We usually have double that, like 7.
Almost double 7. Yeah.
Well, it varies between like 7 and 9, but it mainly stays at 7.
Yeah.
I remember that one time we had 11. That was groundbreaking.
That was like, we done it.
We made it.
We made it. Now to end my career before it gets worse.
Right? Now to retire before I go mainstream and sell out.
You were talking like earlier when we were hanging out a couple days ago about like your winning streak in I think Smash Brothers.
Yes.
You just won that one time and you're like, that's it. That's the end of my career.
That was it. I had nothing left to... Okay, there we go. What's it called? I'd been playing that one game. I was playing that one game, the Smash 4 on my 2DS. And one day I was just like, you know what? I'm going to play online. Now, the online service that we had was absolute ass.
Okay.
And so I got like 4, maybe 5 frames a minute or per second. And so I was playing on a slideshow. Every now and again it would bump up to where I could see what was happening. But for the most part, it was jitters and lag. I was using Lil Mac, Homeboy was using Yoshi, and I fucking Superman punched his ass right into 10%. And proceeded to get my ass handed to me. But I put up a nice fight, followed by me getting my ass handed to me, my first stock. And then immediately after, I got his ass on my next one. So we were both down to 1 stock, and I was like, all right, here it comes. I was wailing, just doom, 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 doom. And then I realized he wasn't there anymore because of the lag. And I was like, well, this sucks. And he Yoshi balled me, but he Yoshi balled me off the edge. I smashed every button I could think of, including some on a controller that didn't go to the game.
Okay.
And freaking uppercutted my way back to the ledge and proceeded to handily whoop his ass with my 4 frames a second. And so I retired a perfect champion with a 100% win streak on Smash 4.
Okay. Very impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive. Do you ever expect yourself to go back into the ring?
No, my legacy is imprinted, and I'm well past my prime.
Okay. Well, there you go. Passes himself very humbly to the next generation. Oh man. Yeah.
As for the hero, I don't know. I haven't played Ultimate since the tournament.
Yeah. Certainly a long time ago, but I don't think you're really missing out on much. People have been complaining that Hero is just broken because he just has like a RNG effect on him when it comes to criticals.
Like for what?
Like for smashing. Like he sometimes gets criticals on that.
Oh, so it's a bit like Game & Watch?
Yeah. So that and like his downbeat has like a numerous like accessible amount of things. Though varied at some times, but technically you have like one where you can like send yourself back in. There's one that you can put people to sleep. There's a metal killing one. Yeah, just a bunch of broken things.
Nice.
Otherwise, he's just kind of a regular swords dude. It's just a whole bunch of different forms.
We need more swords.
Do we now?
Yeah.
A lot of people would argue otherwise.
We don't have enough.
We don't have enough.
No, it's only like a 50% split. The swords needs at least 2/3 split.
Okay.
It's like the Senate. You need 2/3 majority vote.
Okay.
That's how our government works. For those of you that don't live in America.
Okay. So, if you can like add in a whole new swordsman, what would it be? And you can't say Master Chief with the energy sword.
I'll go with the meme then. Steve.
Steve? Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. If I had to think of one off the top of my head, I'll go with the meme.
Okay.
Steve for Smash.
Because I would go with Chief with the energy sword.
You said I couldn't.
I can't really think of any other swords person actually.
From
From there on.
More of the cast from Fire Emblem.
Yeah, but that's a safe answer. I'd say that anyway. So I'm trying to throw it out there like with a twist.
What other games exist for Nintendo?
Nintendo to hop on. They're gonna come out with.
You know what, Raiden.
Yeah, there we go.
There's an abstract answer. Raiden.
As long as we can get his Revengeance theme, I think everyone would be great with that.
What else am I looking? Oh, Nintendo games.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I want to bring back abstract characters. Let's bring in Gex.
Gex?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was from a Nintendo 64 game, and I think a game prior to that as well. But I mainly remember him from a Gex 64 Back in Action, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Gex.
I'm gonna go with that action figure that they tried to promote as part of like Super Smash Brothers commercials. It's like, oh, I did it! I won, Mr. Something Something action figure, and he's just like giving the thumbs up. I'm not sure if anyone remembers it. I think he had like a kind of a blue color like scheme to him, but he was great for just that one like commercial.
Okay, it was Gex 64. Enter the Gecko.
Gex 64. Wow. Actually, I recognize, especially that one. I recognize him now.
Yeah. Who the fuck is Travis?
Travis Touchdown? Yeah, Travis Touchdown, I think.
Who the fuck is Travis Touchdown?
He's from No More Heroes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's go with him.
Yeah, let's go with
he
him.
Can jack off his sword to power up.
Yeah, and he's coming out with a new game. That's actually Travis Touchdown, No More Heroes like.
Right? Oh, dude, that's another game I want to play. Pokemon, my ass.
Woo. No one needs to see that, but it's on eBay if you want. If you want to check it out.
Right? Just look up Pokemon my ass ROM.
I promise you, there are a lot of Pokeballs.
Boom, sword user.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of another one. But hoping not to make this into some kind of Smash Brothers debate. But yeah, we can go over it.
I just have to look at all of the games.
I still would like to submit Paper Mario as a separate character, but we know that's not gonna happen. So just give him like a paper hammer and we'll be done with that.
All right. You know what? Yeah, Paper Mario. Fuck it.
I know that there were leaks about actually Doomslayer being in it, and Mark was the one who introduced me to those leaks. And so far, they already announced Banjo, so that's already like, okay, we got another one, as well as the hero.
Oh, Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden.
Okay, that can work. We need more ninjas.
Yeah, he could be the direct counter to who's her name, Sheik.
Okay. Yeah, like a Sheik clone.
A Sheik clone in the shape of fucking Ryu Hayabusa.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. I believe it.
Mm-hmm. I can believe it too. As long as we put in a new game for it. Yeah, I could have believed in too. Shovel Knight. But we have to dash that one too.
But he's not a sword user.
He's not a sword. Yeah, he's not a sword user. He's a shovel user.
Yeah, he's a shovel user.
We need more shovels in the game. I'm telling you right now.
More shovel. You know what? Bring in the ditch digger from Ocarina of Time.
Oh yeah. And then like make him a clone of Villager since he has a shovel himself.
Oh, he does. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Bring in the robot from Labo.
What was the robot? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Bring in the Labo robot.
The Switch robot. That one promotion for that, I still haven't gotten that.
Dovahkiin.
I mean, Skyrim's on Switch, so
it is on Switch, so they could use it. I don't. Oh man, I don't think Kratos could be in it because Nintendo doesn't have a partnership with
Sony at all. Yeah.
They just give each other big middle fingers. Say "fuck you."
And like, you can have Cloud, but like one soundtrack to it. He's like, okay, cool.
Well, it's not too big of a stretch. I mean, in 1987, Final Fantasy was a Nintendo game.
Okay. But I guess God of War hasn't really been featured at all.
Yeah, so...
Damn. Poor Kratos.
Nintendo's fucking reaching deep into the... What's it called? Mm-hmm. Into their games line with the characters.
Yeah.
You know, we had a Final Fantasy game in 87. Yeah, let's take Cloud. He wasn't in that one. It's Final Fantasy.
It's Final Fantasy. No, it's odd, though, that they actually announced them the same time they announced like a Dragon Quest, not Dragon Quest, but Monster Hunter-esque game with the Final Fantasy characters, and that's where Cloud was like, oh, okay. And then Cloud got announced. It's like, oh, okay, now it makes sense. As if they were like playing that the entire time. Oh shoot, but oh yeah, Banjo is like N64, so it's like, okay, yeah, we can make this work. Which is why Doom can be in there too.
Right. You know what? We have who's their name? We have Crash, or not Crash. We have
not Crash, but
what is it? Banjo. We have Banjo in there.
Okay.
So let's pull another rare. What's it called? What the fuck is this samurai and where's Justin?
Oh.
Ha!
I got
That's
it.
great. Over here looking like a Ronin. Anyway, since we're pulling rare representatives.
Okay.
Why don't we get Joanna Dark from the Perfect Dark series?
Wow. Okay.
Have her be the perfect counter to Snake.
Okay.
And while we're at it, James Bond.
Can we have the guy who throws the hat first? I would prefer him.
Fucking Odd Job?
Yes.
You know, if we're gonna have Odd Job, let's have the fucking Odd Job parody from Austin Powers and have the dude that throws a shoe.
Okay. And speaking of shoes, can we just add Sora in the game? But he throws shoes too.
Oh God. Sora. He's
kind of
a
sword user.
He's a key user. We need more key representation.
Key users.
There's no clef key in the game, so we need someone with a key.
Theme music intensified. When you go away.
We already have a gun user, Mark. I'm not going too far with Bond.
It's true. We need some hybrid users. Right. We need some mixed child.
You know, and if anything, fine then. Don't give Bond a gun. He'll use slaps only.
Hey, who are you? Hey, what are you? Hey, you get. That still gets to me.
A rare video game. A rare video game, Mark. Mm-hmm. So don't give me that shit.
And it'd be too safe to get a Sea of Thieves representative. It's too easy, unless it's Megalodon.
You know what? Sea of Thieves rep. Let's do it.
Well, there are a lot of characters. What do we want? Do we want like our?
I want my crackhead.
Do we? I mean, we can make it like different costumes. I was thinking like, do we want like our 3-leg and arm amputee to fight in there? Damn, he got problems.
Merrick.
Oh, it's Merrick. Get Merrick to play, and I swear he'll get you with a fishing hook. He can be Isabel. He can be a clone Isabel.
Isabel clone.
I love Gabe's crackhead.
It's been a while since Captain Admiral sailed the seas.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be longer still.
Yeah. Unforeseeable future.
Yeah. Postponed indefinitely.
How's your future now? then
Yeah.
was. how was your future? How was your future?
How was your future now then was?
Sometime.
Oh yeah, Mark showed me a picture of the fucking harpoon rowboats.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this has been in there for a while. They got rowboats and harpoons and now. You mean then? Like previously was
In the future
sometime.
now.
Sometimes. Eventually. That reminds me, I gotta do Gears of War 4 Let's Play before Gears 5 comes out in September.
I may have to do that.
What are we doing? Play during Gamescom. Had to get the Halo ship set.
And get the Halo ship set.
Oh. When's Gamescom?
Okay, Google. When is Gamescom? Are you gonna? Thank you.
2019 Gamescom begins on Tuesday, August 20th,
A week in August. Nice.
Ooh, that is close.
Pacific Daylight Time.
To be specific, next week in August.
Yep.
What is the worst way to die in Smash?
Uh.
Luigi taunt kick off the ledge.
Me losing to Steven. Just that one time I losing to Steven.
That's the worst way.
That's the worst way. Yep. No, that sounds about right.
Mark, that nope. The worst is if someone fucking taunts you off the ledge.
That's
I can't imagine a worse way to go.
Mm.
Especially since it's Luigi.
No, but Luigi's good. Like, he combos the hell out of you. And doesn't need a taunt, but can taunt if you wanted to.
Die by your own projectile. You mean the snake strategy?
I'll tell you right now, that's on purpose.
Right? I'm already all the way down, and they spike me. Like, why?
Yeah, it is kind of disrespectful.
No, you know what's the most disrespectful? When you're already not gonna make it, and you get fucking Superman punched by fucking Little Mac.
It's just like, I guess you can deal like me like this. I mean, I know you need punching bags, but I'm already over there.
Like you're off screen and he just he's so fast.
Hi.
I think without the Monado, he's the second fastest, right behind Sonic.
Yeah, something like that. Like super, super fast. No, when someone taunts you with Joker, looking cool Joker. No, not quite, because I don't know. It just like there's something about Luigi's taunt that's so disrespectful in every like aspect of it.
It's a bashful kick. And it's the only taunt that does damage.
Or something that like I think Greninja can do something where he spouts up both waters, and I think you can sit on it, and depending on the situation, I think you can get pushed back by it. So mean. Hero can accelerate he's quick as shit. Is he really? Because when I was dashing with him, he's kind of just okay.
Did you use accelerate?
Oh, I did use accelerate. Yeah, he's fast then. I'm sorry. He's pretty fast, but that's using an assist thing, so he'd be like Shulk.
Yeah.
He is Shulk.
Now it's hero time.
And I remember Brex getting the poor treatment of the spirits. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. They're over there. They're getting some support and love. Not that much, though.
Let's see.
Getting spiked by Greninja does suck. It's so precise.
You know what's upsetting about what's it called? About the spirits?
Yeah?
It confirms that there's gonna be no Ocelot.
Yeah.
There's no 3-minute taunt of just spinning your revolvers.
That needs to be also like an attack based like taunt too. Just like
Oh yeah, because he was swatting hornets. They were spin guns so masterfully you could swat hornets dead.
you can say he's pretty good. Pretty good. But also, yeah, Mario Escape does kind of suck sometimes, especially if you were Little Mac Superman punching back to the field, and you're just like, whoop.
Ah!
It's definitely a disorientating move. You're like, huh. Oh. I just think it's impossible to spike with Corrin. I believe so too. Who is this? Who are all these visitors coming from?
Have you tried heel stomping with Corrin?
No.
Oh man, let's see. What other just outlandish fucking representatives can we get now? That now that everything is on the table. Oh! No, we already have Pac-Man. Never mind. Fuck. I was going to say Pac-Man cuz he's in that one game. Oh, what's it called? The that fucking arcade drum mascot for that one fucking what's it called? That tampon drum game that you see at some arcades. He's in that thing's in what's it called? In a Mario Kart game? That'd be excellent. Oh. I already know it's Final Smash. Final Smash would be what's it called? The little doom, 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 a little rhythm section. And at the end, you just gotta smash the button, and that determines your power. It's awesome. Ooh, you missed it.
What happened?
I came up with an excellent person to throw in the game. The what's it called? The little drum cat from that drum arcade game that you could find at the arcades.
Is it on Nintendo?
It featured in a what's it called? In a Mario Kart game at an arcade cabinet.
Whoa, okay.
And I already came up with the Final Smash too. The Final Smash is a small rhythm section, and the better you do, the more it hit. Well, the more powerful it hits.
Okay. Rhythm bass fire, yo, Guitar Hero rep. I don't know about that. That could
It was on the Wii.
It was on the Wii, but like there are many other like characters. Unless you want to like maybe put like a Metallica character in there.
You just need Axel Steel and Judy Nails.
Okay.
Actually, you could have 8 characters. I think there's only 8 base characters in the game. So there you go.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
I'm gonna look it up. Guitar Hero characters.
Give me fuel. Give me fire. Give me a slice of cherry pie. Boom.
What?
I mean, that's not the exact lyrics, but it's exactly how it sounds, though.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's a lot more. Let's go off of who was in Guitar Hero. What the hell? Why did it send me to the expansion series? I want the main series.
Mm-hmm. Do you think we need another Pokemon rep? And if so, what would it be? Well, my question, generally speaking.
Easy. Growlithe.
I should have. Yeah, okay.
You walked into that one, buddy.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Get a dog. We already have Duck Hunt. But it's kind of weird because you're playing as both dog and duck. So, okay. Saw I had the Doug Dimino thing with wheezing. Have you seen that? So the new Pokemon Sword and Shield taking place in Galar region have new Galarian forms for previous Pokemon.
Oh, the new Weezing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top
he's a
hat.
bong.
He's a bong, yeah. it's every single time I look at the Dr. Stone promotional like art for it, it's like that's totally a bong. And people are like, that's not a bong. I'm like, that's totally a bong right
That's
there.
a bong. That's a bong.
Hey, good job on getting Weezing to have like less toxic air, I guess.
The new Galar Pokemon is a bong. Galar Weezing looks like a posh bong. Pokemon introduces the Weezing bong.
Mark wants Blastoise. I think we need a character that's mobile, like Growlithe.
We already have what's it called? We already have Squirtle.
We do have Squirtle, yeah.
You can't have You can't have Wartortle. You can't have Blastoise. You can't have Charmander, Charmeleon,
You can't have Bulbasaur or Venusaur.
Venusaur.
You have to like pick it out somewhere else. I guess I would have to make like some new one like in the new region, but otherwise, we can just go OG. Let's go with that.
It's a bomb.
It's Top Hat, he says. I don't think
It
so.
says a top hat and a smokestack. It's a bong.
Also,
He's
Zigzagoon.
green.
Yeah, he is green. New evolution based on Gene Simmons. Yeah, so Zigzagoon coming in with a glare form, but also a third form. Looks like a punk.
Yeah, dude, I'm not a big fan of it.
But okay, given a new evolution, all right. But what about regular Lightning? He's just like, oh, okay. I guess this is cool. I'll just be running in one direction still. The fact that got a little one with his Joker is just cool. Oh, is that? I think he's talking about like one Smash tournaments. I wasn't really following that. It just gets wild.
Now, Mark, I'm finally reading your comment that you put.
Mhm.
Now, when you say you could bring Growlithe to Sword and Shield, does that mean I can bring him as a starter?
The answer is no. He's just in the game.
Oh, then fuck it.
What's the point?
I'm not gonna. I'm not going until I can have Growlithe as a starter.
Might as well play Pokemon Randomizer. You get Growlithe that way. After like 20 resets. Yo. Look up the lead singer of Kiss.
Kiss.
Oh, okay. He's a dead ringer for.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he looks just like fucking Star Child.
Literally the Pokemon designers.
Or no, the demon. That's his name. Who was the Star Child? I think that was.
Now everyone, hear me out. As the usual rock and roll song just plays in the background. Listen, I have an idea for one of the new forms of evolution. When I mean my new form, I mean old but also new.
I knew it. He was the rhythm guitarist.
Well, yes, but also no.
Excellent.
Noise.
So, my presence officially added 30 minutes of stream time.
How do you feel?
I feel good.
Feel like you're back into the swing of things.
I never lost my swing.
Yeah. You only gained.
I only wind up even harder.
That's one way to say it. Yeah.
Yeah. I just spent a month and a half winding up.
Okay. I like the idea of that.
Could you imagine a DDD that fucking winded up for a month and a half?
I mean, you could try that. I mean, there is something in like Smash Bros. Where you can have like the unlimited charge thing, and you just keep going. You just never stop. And you could let that go for like a month.
Just crashes the game.
It's like an old Windows processor.
It's like what's it called? That person that recorded 2 Falcon punches hitting each other. Have you seen that? Oh man, I'm gonna load it up that way when we're done I can show you.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to talk about though, Gabe?
I've been playing an absurd amount of Minecraft.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are playing Minecraft, especially PewDiePie.
Yeah, PewDiePie like helped the resurgence of it after Captain Sparkle. Captain Sparkles sparked everyone's attention when Revenge fucking had an up and coming for no reason.
Out of nowhere, yeah.
And then PewDiePie fanned that spark and created a bolstering flame. Now everybody's back in it. But I never really stopped playing it. I kept playing it just off and on every now and again because it's a nice time waster.
Yeah. It's just nice.
Yeah.
Anyone else who plays Minecraft in here? It's probably everyone.
But
Ibrahim's like the only one who says like I don't play Minecraft. Like, well, that's one person, I guess.
But what's it called? On top of all of that, I looked up how to make more technical farms in the game,
Oh yeah.
where you kind of exploit the mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude! Best thing ever, raid farms, because they've added the newest update was village and pillage. They added more stuff in the villages. They added professions. They revamped trading mechanics and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And they've also added pillagers, where if you kill a pillager captain, who's someone that has like a big banner hanging off their back,
Mm-hmm.
if you kill one of them, and then within 100 minutes you go into a village, it sparks a raid, and it just sends different number of waves depending on your difficulty to the village to try and kill the villagers.
Mm-hmm.
There's an exploit in it to where you can for the most part, force spawn a raid into a kill chamber and just get
Numerous amount of experience.
all the experience due to another another unintended feature of the game. And you get all the experience and all the drops, and it's just outrageous. Yeah.
Outrageously broken. Okay.
There's an item in the game called the Totem of Undying.
Right. Okay.
They don't stack, and if you're holding one, when you die, you resurrect with half a heart and 2 golden hearts, and your health goes up at, I think, 4 times the speed.
Oh, right. I do remember that talk. Okay.
And so I have 2 double chests just full of them, and I got that in about an hour. Wow. So that is 9, 6, 54. It's 108.
Oh, okay.
I just have 108 of them. It got to the point where I'm like, I have too many, and I just start burning them.
No. You're just like, what are you doing? Just getting rid of some extra waste.
Yeah.
Oh man. Think we'll ever jump back to Minecraft ever again?
If you want to, and we can try some of the other features. They've expanded the end.
Oh wow. Okay.
You could resummon the dragon. When you kill the dragon, it spawns an end gateway. If you throw a pearl in there, it teleports you to an end island, which may or may not have a city in it, and you could find elytra, which are gliders.
Gliders.
Yeah, and so you jump off a high enough structure, and you could just glide, Super Mario wing hat style.
Oh wow. Okay.
And if you have rockets, you could use that to propel you and keep your flight going.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like creative mode, but yes.
All it's missing is the is just the Mario sound, the Mario music from the hat.
Or the cape. I like the cape one though, because you have a lot of control with that one. Well, yes and no for control. Just you're like, okay, and you're just like, I can't. Oh.
Well, it's the same amount of control that you have with the wing hat. You up and down to kind of maintain your flight. And
do you go up and down? Well, usually for me, it's just like, instead of like, wait a little bit, wait a little bit.
Are you thinking of the tail?
I think
the Tanuki suit?
Yeah, Tanuki. Yeah. What are we talking about?
I'm talking about the wing cap from Mario 64.
64. Okay, 3D ones. Okay.
Yeah.
Same. Okay, yeah, it is the same like that. Except a lot more mandatory, or at least a lot more difficult to control sometimes.
It could be.
Or I guess that's also in Galaxy, right? It was like a one-time thing.
Was it?
I think so. It was like a crazy hat at the end of the game. But
I don't know.
That was one of those games I just never finished for sure. Especially like Mario 2. I don't think I even touched Mario Galaxy 2. That's okay. I got like Odyssey. I'm good. Meanwhile, Ibrahim is like passing on some advice to Mark about how to do spikes and everything like that. I find that like our community kind of is more based around Smash Brothers, which is not a bad thing. It's just when somebody Smash comes out, that's when you know Discord's gonna get something.
Gabe has prolonged this podcast by almost an hour. Been half an hour. I came in at 55.
Yeah, just like an hour and a half. No, yeah, hour and a half of the podcast, half an hour since he's been here.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, all right, if that's it, I guess we can call it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if Steven's able to hang out today. I did talk about the whole Disneyland stuff earlier on, but yeah. All right, I guess we'll end it here. So, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of DangIT Prodcast, episode 271. My name is Justin.
I don't remember how we end these. It's been so long.
Oh, that's okay. Just try your best.
And I'm Gabe.
And thanks for watching. #bye.